Greta Thunberg's boat was hit by a drone. They lied. Trump speaks out about the Charlotte stabbing, and a UFO is caught on camera deflecting missile fire. We have all those stories and so much more. This is your daily injection of political crack. I know you can't stop watching, so let's go. Starting with Greta's boat being set on fire by a drone. I don't know if you guys saw what I saw. To me, that looked like a flare, but that's not what Miguel Duarte is saying. He's saying that it was a drone and he saw it with his own eyes.
I was standing in the back part of the ship, the aft deck, and I heard a drone. Well, it was clearly a drone. Then I got out of the cover, saw a drone clearly about 4 meters above my head. Called someone. We were looking at the drone just above our heads, really. It stopped close to us and then moved slowly to the forward part of the ship and dropped what was obviously a bomb on the forward part of the deck. There was a huge explosion, lots of fire, big flame. We could have been killed, right?
Right. Here's what really happened. This guy shoots a flare. Here he is right here. He has the flare in his hand and he shoots it up and then it comes back down and lands on the goddamn boat. Could have been killed. Here's the aftermath of that flare landing on a boat. Yeah, big explosion there, buddy. Definitely doesn't look like a flare landed there and caught that shit on fire. In other news, Trump has made comments about the murder in Charlotte. This conversation continues. I know we talked about this yesterday, but this story keeps getting bigger. It has now captivated the entire country. And the discussion isn't just about the murder, but the way the media has handled this.
For too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists. And they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers.
I don't like that.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests.
14 is absolutely absurd. Apparently, I heard about some sort of thing with judges. Not all judges need to pass the bar exam and become a lawyer to become a judge. And this is one of those states. There's several states, and this is one of them.
Did you know the judge that released this guy didn't even go to law school? Yeah, not even a lawyer. Yeah, these magistrate judges that are making a decision to release these people without bail, yeah, they're not even lawyers. They didn't go to law school. They didn't pass the bar. They just got appointed to be judges.
If this is true, I'm not entirely sure. I'm always skeptical when I see some talking TikTok head on what reality is. But if this is true, that's absolutely absurd and crazy, and I do not support that one bit. And the conversation's getting quite nuts. I'm just going to quickly go through this, but Matt Walsh says, if a guy walks up to a woman on the street, points a gun at the person's head and takes their purse or their wallet, why shouldn't that guy be hanging from a rope 24 hours after he's convicted in a court of law? That's a wild ass statement. Just think about that. This guy's really talking about hanging people with ropes and stuff. Like, so it's getting wacky on both sides of the argument here. Just be aware of that as you consume this media. Don't let these sides pull you from reality of right and wrong, okay? And lastly, on this, I just thought that this was an interesting ending. The family of the woman who was killed declined to have her body returned to Ukraine. It says she would have wanted to be buried in the US because she loves America. Time to talk about these UFOs, these unidentified flying objects. I guess they're UAPs. Video shows in U.S. House today filmed by a Reaper drone captures a USO seemingly deflecting a Hellfire missile. Yes, there was a hearing today, and you can see here's the missile, and then here's the object they're striking, and here it is. It keeps going. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop, which is interesting. I don't know if we've ever hit any of these things before. I've never seen a video of us striking a UAP, UFO, whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing I'm left thinking. If we can hit it, we can kill it. Then George Knapp just went on record naming Lockheed Martin as a company in possession of UFO technology.
I'm not saying Lockheed's the bad guys. They're doing what they were asked to do. Sure. They have lied about this because that's what they're supposed to do. But Lockheed would be one. There's a list I can give you, Congressman. Some of the big ones, the usual suspects.
It's wild. And then let's see, Dylan Borland outlines his encounter with a black triangle UFO. Okay.
I thought it was a weather balloon. I've seen tests from there before. Weeknight, normal thing. Not surprising. The light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light. I can't tell you if it's active camouflage. I can't tell you if it appeared around the light. My telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead. But on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. Immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion. And I immediately feel static electricity all over my body, and then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell. And I can only see the center light at this point. If I didn't actually see it take off, I would have thought it was a star.
The videos that we see, like the Nimitz video that was released, and various others. I mean, if the military has said those videos are real, we don't know what those things are. That's the evidence we have that where I follow this stuff. When it comes to testimony like this, I always take it with a grain of salt. But that was some story, wasn't it? And then we have this story of a student getting kicked out of her college class because she was objecting to transgender lessons from her transgender teacher.
I just have a question because I'm not entirely sure this is legal to be teaching. Because according to our president, there's only 2 genders, and he said that he would be freezing agencies' funding programs that promote gender ideology. And this also very much goes against not only myself, but a lot of people's religious beliefs. And so I am not going to participate in this.
Okay, hold on. What is the class about? Because if the class is not about this, why is this being taught in the class first and foremost? But if the class is about this, if this is part of that class, like that's in it, and it makes sense for whatever. There's a lot of classes about a lot of things. Then, I mean, I don't know. You signed up for this. I'm having a hard time thinking like, where is gender lessons going to fit into college classes though? I'm just having a hard time wrapping my mind around like what exactly type of course or whatever where that would make sense. Maybe you can help me out in the comments.
It's not legal, and I don't want to promote something that is against our president's laws as well as against my religious beliefs. President's
laws. Well, that's not how laws are made. So that's kind of silly for her to say. She sounds like she's trying to like choose her words very carefully, but also doesn't know what to say at the same time, which I can understand, especially when you're in an uncomfortable situation.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You are under misconception that what I'm saying is.
Well, can you explain to me how teaching us about gender identity and transgenderism and that there's more sexes than
there is no legal.
Huh?
Okay, legal, illegal, not sure. That's a gray area, because that's like, it's an executive order. So that's not like a law that's been passed. It's an order that Trump put out. I'm not sure what the progress of that is currently, but also what is the point of why are they in college, a place that they paid to be? Why are they having to go through this to get their credits?
There isn't illegal.
Gender? What do you mean? Your gender is not illegal. According to President Trump's executive order,
okay.
If you want me to read the paragraph.
That's cringe because it's just an executive order. It's not a law.
The order itself.
If you are uncomfortable in this class, you do have the right to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're doing is not illegal. And if you would like to know that it is, you need to talk to the department head or the head of undergraduate.
Well, I've already been in contact with the president of A&M, and I actually have a meeting with him in person to show all of my documentation tomorrow, but...
We are also aware, and this is part of why there was an observer in class.
Yes.
I'm not convinced that your proposal will be effective in stopping me from teaching things that are biologically true, because I do have the legal and ethical authority, little professional expertise in this classroom.
Okay. Yeah, no, I am.
It's kind of a cringe situation all the way around, but if I was in school and I didn't sign up for those types of lessons, I would be frustrated that I'm getting those lessons because that's not what I'm studying. In other news, Apple reveals the prices of the iPhone 17, iPhone Air, and iPhone 17 Pro. iPhone 17 is going to be $800. iPhone Air is $1,000. iPhone 17 Pro is $1,100. And I think there's a Pro Max that they're going to have that's going to be even more that's not on the list. I like iPhones. I have one. I've had mine for a few years. You know, it might be a time for me to get a new one. The Air is pretty skinny. It says it has the same power as this one, but it's in a skinnier phone. Hey, dude, sign me up. And some other interesting news. A Tesla belonging to singer, I think it's David, was impounded at a tow yard where a decomposing body was later found in the front trunk.
Details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David.
What?
This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a couple of days now. They say the body had been placed inside a bag. We've reached out to David's representatives and are still waiting for a response.
I was wondering, did somebody get like locked in there and they towed the car with somebody inside? But nah, that's not realistic. Nah, dude, somebody got killed and put in that man's trunk. It's fishy. Here's some news from my neck of the woods. Colorado sheriff admits he was forced to release a very dangerous inmate from jail because of state law that requires criminals found incompetent to stand trial to be released. That makes no sense to me. If somebody is a danger, they can't be on the street. What the fuck is wrong with this country sometimes, I swear?
It's a very violent crime, and how rapidly this person has accumulated contacts with law enforcement, it's concerning.
Weld County Sheriff Steve Reams is warning his residents of a man he released from jail.
At least he's warning
not by
everyone.
His own choosing, but because the suspect was ruled incompetent to stand trial.
Just because you're dumb or incompetent or something's wrong with you doesn't mean that you shouldn't be held accountable, or at the least held somewhere to protect the rest of the world from this person who can't control themselves, apparently. And then we have this video of this, it's like a Palestinian flag guy on a horse, and he's getting in an argument with a little kid.
Educate yourself. Educate yourself.
This is in Australia.
Educate yourself. Educate. You're a little kid. Have some respect. Educate yourself.
Do not speak like this.
Educate yourself. Right, learn how to talk.
Really? Yeah, and where is...
What the fuck?
His mum's where she needs to be. Fuck off. Excuse me. Have some respect.
No, defend yourself for what? Was I talking to you?
Go away, mate.
Was I talking to you? Was I talking to you? Was I talking to you? Yeah, climb out here.
I feel bad for your horse.
Face.
I feel bad for your horse.
I feel bad for your parents.
Oh my god,
climb out. Here, on your face.
Go through yourself.
Here.
So it looks like this kid started some shit, but this is a grown-ass man
You happy now?
injecting himself into it. Look at this.
Educate yourself. Educate yourself.
It doesn't look good, and I think that stuff like this just makes people stop listening. It's making people plug their ears and just roll their eyes. Then we have this British woman. She's so triggered by this flag that she pulls her car over to remove it. What flag is that?
What are you cutting them down for? I hate the whole idea of it. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are they doing to you? Racist?
Your
What?
own...
By putting a flag up, they're racist, are they?
The flag of England.
You're a piss take. Yeah?
You're a piss take. That's such a funny insult, dude. Archie, dude, that's so funny.
You're a fucking joke. Absolute ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll do.
They're going more on Facebook.
One absolute melt.
Melt. I love British insults. I think they're the best.
Absolute melt.
What an absolute melt. What? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Speaking of English news, 20 years ago, Islamic terrorists blew up this bus in London and murdered 56 people. The man behind the attacks, Harun Rashid Aswat, is now being released. A mass murderer walking free in London while British moms sit in jail for social media posts. Bro, England is wild. It's just, there's so many. I mean, America's not perfect. Okay. But this is, my American brain cannot comprehend how stupid this is. Here's what the judge said. I wish you all the best and say to you that the way forward is to keep on your medication. Listen to the advice you are going to get and keep out of the sort of things you were doing. What the fuck, dude? We got to talk about Trump in that letter. That's getting bigger and bigger news.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time, no, that's not my language. It's nonsense. And frankly, you're wasting your time. All you do is trying to get off the great success of DC and about 200 other things we've done that are so successful. This is a great, great success, and we have so many. I don't think any president in their first 8 months has had anywhere near the success that we've had.
And then remember when we covered someone saying, it was the Speaker of the House saying that Trump was an FBI informant. Here is Levitt saying that he's not.
You know, Mike Johnson, he came out and said that the president was an FBI informant. Do you know what he meant by that, if it's not true?
I can affirm that is not true. I think the speaker was referring to the fact that President Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago property for reasons the president has already discussed.
They're getting hit hard by this. This whole letter brought the conversation back up. But here's what my prediction is here, right? Is I'm just gonna, because I could keep saying what everyone's saying, all the questions and the answers. Here's what Trump's going to, and the team are going to deflect, never admit anything. If any of this is true, they would never admit it in a million years, obviously. They're going to deflect, and then bigger things are going to happen, and then everyone's going to lose interest in this, and nobody's going to care about the Epstein thing again. It already got as big as it's going to get. Now it doesn't matter anymore. People don't give a shit. It's interesting watching, you know. A select group of MAGA influencers oh, this is just a meme. And now I have to go hard on my boy RFK Jr. I like this guy a lot, and I want him to stay in his position, of course. However, anytime anybody starts coming after my video games and blaming him for shit, that's when you piss me off.
Switzerland has a comparable number of guns as we do, and the last mass shooting they had was 23 years ago. We're having mass shootings every 23 hours.
Different culture, that's why.
Oh, there are many, many things that happened in the 1990s that could explain these. One is
we're rambunctious people
on psychiatric drugs, which is in our country is unlike any other country in the world. It could be there could be connections with video games, with social media.
Leave my video games out of it, bro. All right, look, I'm glad he's trying to get to the bottom of something here. Okay, but leave my fucking video games alone. And finally, in Gavin Newsom's California, even the robots are getting robbed on the street. Look at this guy. Yeah. Oh, I can't play that music. You fucking clanker. Look at this guy rob the clanker. Yeah, look at this. Dude, what's in there? You know, I'm curious. Like, what is in there? He wants what's in there. What's in this clanker? I must have what's in this clanker. Get it, bro. Get what is it? Like a soda? What did they order? Some grapes? I gotta go. See ya.